All right, let's talk about what new viewers can expect to see in the Race World first. JB, can you tell us how is this going to go? What are people going to see?
Having spoken to the team, the very first thing you're going to see is them doing Chapter 4 of the campaign. Our very first introduction will be them doing the quests that they have to do to finish up some of the storyline. But then we're going to jump into the raid on the lowest difficulty that the raiders are probably going to do, normal. So they're going to jump into normal and then alternate between normal and heroic, which is the lowest and middle kind of the raid difficulties. And they have a bunch of characters, so you're just going to see alternating normal, heroic, normal, heroic, normal, heroic until they get everything cleared on all their different characters.
They also probably have to do some delves and also the hard mode, Deathless Tazavesh. So I'm not sure when they're going to do it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be when they will choose which character they're going to play, but maybe they're going to do some easy mythic bosses and then hop into Tazavesh. I don't know how they are going to deal with that.
Yeah, they've all these things to do, and you're probably thinking, aren't they clearing it on Mythic? Why is that not happening yet? And that will happen, and probably going to happen 3 days in, because that's the big thing. They want to get those characters locked as strong as humanly possible, then the Mythic raid will begin. And this is going to be where the race takes on a new life, so to speak, of what's going to happen, because although the guys do get to test the bosses on the PTR, where Blizzard goes, okay, this is kind of what we're thinking, what do you guys think? They do not test the final boss, Dimensius. We have no idea what happens there yet. We've got some notes, but that's it. Then we're going to find out where the walls are, where the struggles are. What did Blizzard change because they weren't happy with how that boss played on the test realm? Oh, it was too easy, it was too hard, whatever. And then the unknown mess occurs. But once they do hit that spot, it's Mythic time, or we call it go time around here. That's when it gets serious and locked in the race. You'll see them sort of liquid echo. They're sort of doing that kind of process for the remainder of the race until Dimension falls.
Although, you do occasionally get some fluidity there. You get into Mythic, and they decide they've hit a boss that they can't necessarily kill. Sometimes we drop back into dungeons. We go do some Mythic Plus, farm a little bit of gear. So really, that's the thing about this race is that you're never quite sure what you're going to see when you tune in on any given day, because the raiders may always decide that like we don't have exactly what we want for this, and so we need to go back and repeat some of those earlier steps to get different characters more geared up. But ultimately, the goal is to get back into the Mythic raid and start killing bosses.